I'm your host, Aaron. Going on radio. What's up? Well, all I can say is that first thing I want to say out to my affiliates, whenever you copy one of the shows and you put it up there on YouTube or whatever, people are going to latch onto it, and it's going to wind its way into blogs and other websites. So please leave it alone once you've made it. Don't delete it. Got one affiliate who shall remain nameless, but you know who you are, who likes to put up my shows. They get 1,500, 2,000 views and then delete it off of YouTube. That's just stupid because it burns other people because they put it up in their blog or whatever, and then it's not found up there, and it's very, it's a dead end. It's bad. So please, if you make the video, leave it up. Just forget about it. It'll attract, if you don't want comments on it or whatever, just you can control that. But, please just do that if you're going to do it. And most people do, but there's just this one particular affiliate. And, of course, it's Monday, so we're going to start off our week here on Going On Radio with the legendary Mr. Chapman.
No, this is Doc Severinsen.
Good one. Hey, buddy. Silver.
Hey, I got to tell you a story. I was in a restaurant, and Johnny Carson was in there. It actually was close to right across the street from his house, and it was called Dudley's. And so I got to talking to him, and because I lived up the hill from him, and this is in Malibu. And Carbon Dragon, the orchestra leader, you remember Captain and Tennille?
Yep.
Captain was his son. Anyway, they lived next door to Johnny. So I said, well, how did you meet this lady that you're going to get married to? And he says, well, if I tell you this, you won't tell anybody else? I said, no. He said, well, she was he lived right on Pacific Coast Highway, and he lived right on the beach. And he says, well, I was out in the, they have these like sun porches, and he says, well, this sun porch, and this woman walked by, and she didn't have any top on, they had a bikini bottom. So I invited her in, and that's how we met her.
How long did that marriage last?
Oh, until he died, as far as I know. I don't know. In fact, I never saw him again after that. What's that?
Oh. No, I mean, was she a gold digger then, essentially? Or it's just she happened just to be a very free spirit, I guess? That's kind of cool, I guess.
I really don't know because I never talked to her, but I thought it was an unusual way that you'd meet a future wife. But anyway, they hit it off, and he was happy. Of course, he's gone. And I don't know about her. I'll tell you another interesting story. I was in a store, which is almost across the street from David Jensen's house, in the same general area. So he knew me. So I got to talking to him, and we were talking about cars. He had a Porsche, and I had a Mercedes. And a couple of times we went out on the Ventura Freeway about 2 o'clock in the morning and raced. Anyway, it's a good thing the highway patrol didn't catch us because we were doing about 160. And so anyway, I was talking to him, and he said, gee, I just came back from the doctor yesterday, and I really feel good, and they say I'm healthy. And so Judy and I went out that night to dinner, and we're coming home. It was very late. We went to a party, actually. And I guess it was about 3 or 3:30 a.m., and I went by his house, and there was the fire department's ambulance. And he died that night. After the doctor said, everything's okay. You never know, do you?
Oh, man. I'm telling you, doctors, they like to... I have, my issue was with the fluoride. Listen, and this is why Alex... the guy over there, whatever that Central Haifa Command Center he runs, he pointed out about that, and the doctors were playing around. They didn't know what was up with my thyroid, Let's just wait and see was their approach. And I was like, no, I'm tired of waiting. I want this resolved. I mean, that's what I'm coming to you and paying you for. I don't want I want answers, resolution. That's what you're getting the money for. I'm not paying for let's wait and see. So I stopped taking the fluoridated water, and my thyroid returned to normal. And I was like, wow, and I thank the Central Haifa Command Center for that, and et cetera. So, yeah, they don't have all the answers, and the natural ways, the homeopathic ways, the stuff that you talk about, taking the vitamins, minerals, the hormones, getting your body, just in a position to, mitigate disease and illness, as opposed to, just trusting the system to take care of you or whatever, with all its poisons in the environment and the food, et cetera.
Well, I started with vitamins, minerals, and herbs 42 years ago.
Wow.
And except for having the flu, I've never been ill in my life.
Wow.
And I also take vitamins and minerals, hormones. I did chelation by intravenous for about 15 or so years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's that,
Maybe, no, about 20 years. And which is like
is it like dialysis
chemical
or
rotor.
something?
Yeah, it's like a chemical rotor-rooter. They discovered it first during the Second World War for cleaning out the blood system of people who had been poisoned one way or another. And it's like a rotor-rooter. It goes in there, it cleans all the things that shouldn't be in your blood system out. Plaque and things like that. And I take a pill for it now, which is much easier than sitting on the needle for 2 or 3 hours. But we did it once a month, Judy and I both. And another thing I've been doing for the last 10 years is Dr. Strauss's heart drops, which are heavily into cayenne and garlic, and I credit that with helping my wife. She had a bypass, and they said that she'd probably have to have another one. And just after she had it happen, she started taking Dr. Strauss's heart drops, and she's never had a problem since. And that was the only real change she made at all. So we do that every day, and try to eat as many vegetables and fish and chicken as possible, and try the best you can to keep your weight down and get exercise of some kind. But all of that stuff works. And, we're a living example. Both sides of my wife's family had heart problems. We'll call them cardiovascular problems, really. And that's changed things for her and for me, too. And, how do I do 40 hours of radio a week, write 2 publications, and still get to play golf on the weekend? Although on yesterday I didn't play because of the rambunctiousness in the gold and silver market. I must have had 800 emails on the weekend. It was incredible. But we answer everybody.
You?
No.
Bob, you recommend all this silver, now it's like
what do we
apart,
do?
man.
What do we do from here? Look, we're long-term investors. We don't trade. I know what went on. It'll be in Wednesday's issue, and that is the United States government working in tandem, as they have before, when the Hunt brothers were around in 1980. They rigged the silver market, but it didn't work. The silver and gold have bottomed out, and even if they want to go lower, what difference does it make? Because you know what's coming up? the Hong Kong Mercantile Exchange next Wednesday,
Good.
the 18th. Is that next Wednesday? Yeah. Well, somewhere around there. Yeah. They're going to start trading 1 kilo gold futures. A kilo is 32 ounces. And you'll be able to get delivery. And they are going to probably take, I would say, probably about, at least for openers, 20 to 30% of the business away from the Comex. And it's going to stop Comex from hitting the bids toward the close of the day deliberately to knock any commodity price down, any gold and silver price down. And the reason they do that is they're short, and they're perpetually short. They're never that long. They always play the other side of the market. So Hong Kong will guarantee delivery, secure physical delivery, trading executions on a new electronic platform. They'll get business from all over the world. And I would be sure that they'll have after-hours trading as well as trading hours, which would be normal for their time zone. And the Chinese have done this because they're well aware, just like the Russians are and others, that the American market is rigged.
By the monkey shine,
and,
exactly.
Right, and so what they're doing is they're end running them here, and it's going to take a lot of power away from that market. Gold's up 1730 right now, and silver's up 232. So it looks like they may well have made a turnaround here. It started on Friday, and let's see if it carries. If it carries another 2 or 3 days, it'll spike to the upside because it was way oversold. Silver was trading at 49. This is before the close on May 1st. The close got hit. It closed the day at 42. Now, this is the crap that these people do all the time. And I've asked everyone within reading distance and earshot to make up a short note, and it would say something like this: I am long gold and silver, coins, bullion, and shares. And I'm sick and tired of the United States government committing naked shorting and rigging the markets, and I want to stop now. And that should be sent in my issue from Saturday, are all the email addresses, and you can get a copy of this just by getting a hold of me, and we'll tell you how to do that. They should go to every senator, every representative, the head of the CFTC, the SEC, NYSE, ASE, and NASDAQ. Now, I'll tell you why. Number one, that group, but not including the politicians, the rest of the group, are getting over 1,000 complaints a day about market manipulation and naked shorting. Hopefully this will lift it to 5,000 a day so they get the message. I don't care whether they do anything about it or not. I want them to know that we know what they're doing, and there will come a time when we'll be able to prosecute them, and it will be no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like going back to Morgan and Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, etc., the rating agencies, S&P, Fitch, and Moody's. They rigged that entire bond market of mortgages, CDOs, MBSs. They gave them all false ratings. Every one of them should be in jail for fraud. No one's in jail. The only one who copped to a plea was Goldman Sachs,